There's no other way to do this, so let's just chuck it in. There we go. How am I going to get that back now? That was well thought through, wasn't it? So the company Telesin's kindly sent me out this floating tripod selfie stick. So let's take it out of the box and see what you get. Here we go. So let's take a closer look at this floating selfie stick. So it's made with hard plastic here, and on the inside we've got an aluminium shaft which can extend to 61 centimeters. I'll just show you there, and that locks into position, and you just twist that. It's telescopic all the way down, and it's also a tripod, which comes in very handy. Now when you compare this to a normal floaty, which I've got here by GoPro, although this is going to float just like this one, you're very limited when the camera's on top there. But now on this one, you can get a different perspective with that 61 centimeter reach. And although this one's great, it's going to float, I just can't get that perspective that I'm going to be able to get with this one. So let's just attach the lanyard here. Let's hope I do it first time. That wasn't so painful. Some of these can be really, really tricky. That one's pretty easy to attach. And then we've got the 1/4 inch thread mount. I've also got the Action 5, which is going to attach straight onto there. Now you'll be able to fix any action camera to this, whether it's a GoPro or Insta360, or this Action 5, 3 or 4. They're all going to fit onto there. And as you can see, when it's in tripod mode, it's really sturdy. And what's great about this floating device, apart from the other ones, when these are upside down in water and floating, you get a lot of wobble out of this one. But this one, when this is upside down, it's basically an upside down tripod, and the stability is going to be a lot more stable than if it was just in the straight up position there. So now let's get outside and test the buoyancy of it. Here we go. Right now I'm at the stream. I'm going to test the buoyancy of the floating tripod selfie stick. I've got the Action 5 Pro attached, and first of all I'm going to put it into the water just as you're seeing it right now, but for obvious reasons it's going to float upside down. And then when we've viewed it in this position, I'm going to turn it into the tripod and test it out that way also. So let's get it into the water. Here we go. There's no other way to do this, so let's just chuck it in. There we go. And as you can see, it looks like a fishing float. Now as you can see, it's quite stable in the water. So now let me retrieve it back. I should have thought of that to start with. It's 2 degrees out here, so I don't really want to be getting my shoes and socks off. That's a bit of a fail. Come back. How am I going to get that back now? That was well thought through, wasn't it? Just going to wait till that gets to end of there, and hopefully it doesn't go down that bit of a waterfall. And then when I do eventually get it back, I'm going to open it up into a tripod mode, and then we'll put it back in again. Here we go. As you can see, it's just not coming back to me, so I'll have to wait a little longer. So after a long wait, I managed to retrieve it back. So now it's in the tripod position. Let's put it back in the water and see how it floats. And straight away, I can see that's a lot more stable than when it's left in the normal position. Even though it's spinning round, I can see that the camera's not wobbling as much as if it was in that normal upright position with no tripod enabled. How am I getting it back again? So now that I've eventually retrieved this from the water, it took quite a while, I will say. I won't take my shoes and socks off in this weather. What do you think to that buoyancy of it? Now, like I said before, This is a lot better than the GoPro one, as that was just in a fixed position like this and you couldn't extend it at all. Although this is only 61 centimeters when it's fully extended, you're going to be able to get a greater perspective for when you're snorkeling. Because when I'm on holiday, I like to do a lot of snorkeling, and you can get that better perspective whilst you're snorkeling when you can extend it into the selfie position. But when it's fully retracted like this on previous floaties, you're not going to get that perspective that you can get when it's fully extended. Whether that be from the front or as you're snorkeling and holding it like this, you get that better perspective. And also the added bonus to this one is that it can turn into a tripod, and that really does give it better stability than when it's in this position. Because when it's in the tripod position and it's in the water, as you've just seen, this acts as a stabilizer and it's not wobbling about as much. So this one is a real go-to compared to when they're in this position. And also when you're snorkeling, you'll be able to put it into the tripod mode, put that away from you, and then let it float around. Again, it's going to be stable because of the tripod position, and then it's looking like someone's filming you. So you're not only going to get that great perspective when it's in a tripod mode as though someone else is filming you, you can also put it into a selfie stick position so you get that better perspective. So I can't recommend this floating tripod selfie stick enough, especially if you like snorkeling in the sea or you just want to have a bit of fun in a pool. So now that I've finished testing the buoyancy out with the tripod floating selfie stick, what's your thoughts on this? My thoughts are, I'll be taking this on holiday with me every single time because it just beats that normal floating selfie stick like that GoPro one I've shown you, for two reasons. It can extend to get that better point of view, and then the bit what does it for me is it's more stable in water as though someone's filming you when you turn it into that tripod. So if you're looking for a floaty selfie stick, I can't recommend this one enough. Now let's get back inside. So as you can see, it's really well made. You got some lines here so it's nice and grippy, so that's not going to fall out your hand, especially when it's wet. And as you've just seen, it's really buoyant. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today and you've got a real good insight of this floating selfie stick by Telesin. If you're interested in buying this, I'll be leaving a link in the description, and there you'll be able to receive 10% off when you enter the coupon code. But for now, thanks for watching, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and bye for now.